Hello. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full tutorial on this makeup look. This is kind of like a pre-fall date night, rose gold, going out kind of makeup look. We got like a little bit of a rose gold glittery eye, a little bit of smokiness going on, a berry lip, and of course flawless complexion, which is what I love. Today's video is also sponsored by MAC Cosmetics. They partnered with me in this video to share with you guys all about their Studio Fix collection. So I'm going to be talking about the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, as well as their new Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette, and their new 24-hour wear concealer, which is all up on my face. This is all I have on right now. And it's actually really cool to be partnered with MAC in this video because I am actually a MAC girl. Like, I worked at MAC for years, and to be working with them today is just an absolute honor, and I'm so happy about that. So a little backstory before I get into the video. I used to work at MAC for 5 years in Temecula, California, and it was honestly the best 5 years of my life. So many good things happened while working there, and it molded me into really who I am today. I feel like if I would have never worked there, I don't think I could be here today on camera doing this. Like, it's crazy to say that, but those 5 years were a big part of my life, and I'm so honored to have been able to be there and to now be doing this. And I met Sebastian while I worked at MAC as well. Like, not at MAC, I actually worked at a sushi restaurant and at MAC, but I met him like in my journey at MAC, and you know, who knows if that would have happened if I wouldn't have worked there. It's another story. You guys, we can get to a total story time, but it's such an honor to be working with them, especially with their Studio Fix line, because I'm a big Studio Fix lover. I've used Studio Fix for years. It's actually still in my ride or die foundations. So to now see that they've been adding stuff to their line of Studio Fix is just really exciting and really cool. So I know you guys are gonna love this look. So this is the look I came up with. It is just glam beat AF. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Starting off with the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I'm gonna be using the shade medium and using this as my eyeshadow base today. And I'm now going to go in with the large MAC 252 brush and spread the product all over the eye. I'm now going to go in with the McGrath Mothership palette. This is their newest one. So I'm going to go in with the large fluffy brush, and I'm going to go with this matte shade right here. It's like a mauve rose shade. It actually looks a lot darker in camera than it does in person, but this is going to be the all over eyeshadow. And this is a Makeup Shack T4 brush, so any large shading brush will work perfect for this. And I'm pretty much just buffing that shade all over the eye. This is supposed to look like a washed color, so it doesn't need to be too structured. So just make sure it's really blended out. So next I'm going to go in with this beautiful rose metallic shade. There's kind of like a blend of rose, silver, and rose gold. It's got just a little bit of everything in there, but this is going to be the all over lid shade. And I'm telling you guys, this look is so easy to do because we don't have to like cut it or anything. We're just going to start on the lid, like, oh, it's so pretty. And then from there to start working side to side and then patting it up. This is honestly like Christmas in an eyeshadow. It's so pretty, can't explain it. I love all the sparkles. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I took this up pretty high. I passed the matte and I blended it into the matte, but I also took it in right here as well. So don't be afraid to do that. A lot of us, including myself, are afraid to go past the crease, but in this case, it's totally okay to pull it up. It actually, I feel, looks a lot better that way sometimes, and it also gives a softer touch to it. Next, I'm going to jump into eyeliner, and today I'm going to use the Kat Von D Dagger Tattoo Liner in the shade Trooper Black. So I like to always start in the middle of the eye so I can really decide how thick I want to go with the eyeliner. This allows me to create a perfect wing. If I ever start towards the inner part of the eye, I feel like I almost go too thick, and then it gets super thick, and then it just isn't giving me the look that I want. And if you mess up like I kind of did right here, it's totally fine, it's fixable. What I'm going to do now is go in with a makeup wipe, and I'm going to start right at the very bottom of the liner, and with the tip of my nail, which is why it's really awesome having nails, I'm going to clean up that wing. And now that I have this the way I want it to look, I'm going to go ahead and start connecting it towards the front of the eye. So next I'm going to go in with this eyeshadow right here, which is this beautiful matte kind of eggplant shade, and I'm going to add this over the eyeliner. I'm actually going to take this in with a flat brush. Any brush like this will work perfectly for this technique. I'm now just going to go ahead and tap it over the eyeliner, and I'm now just going to start tapping the shade up and then a little bit out. I'm going to tilt my head back a little bit just to really make sure I can get in there. So now I'm going in with a very small blending brush, and I'm just going to start blending out the eyeshadow still into the eyeliner, but it's a lot easier to do it with the blending brush, especially when it's very small like this. I'm gonna go back in with that wipe one more time, and then following the same cleanup technique I did with the eyeliner. I'm gonna go in next with the NARS Climax mascara. And what I like to do is just really make sure I roll it right at the root and pull up. Taking in next my Lilly lashes in the style Miami. I'm gonna pop these right in the middle. Water break. Sebastian, do not put those sound effects. Nobody likes that. All right, so now that we've done the eye makeup look, we're gonna jump into my face, and I'm so excited because we're playing with one of my favorite foundations, which is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. And we're also gonna be using the MAC Studio Fix 24-Hour Wear Concealer, which I'll tell you guys all about. But before we get into that, I wanna go ahead and moisturize and prime my skin. And I figured what better way to get the ultimate MAC glam than to use all the MAC products. I'm gonna start off first with the MAC Strobe Cream, which is gonna be the moisturizer. So this moisturizer not only is going to moisturize your skin, but it has like a pearlescent glow. So it's gonna give your skin that radiance. Do you see that? It gives you like a really nice glow. So when I worked at MAC, I actually used to use this on all my clients. I would always mix their foundations with the moisturizer to give them like that really nice pearlescent look, and gives you the perfect lighting on your skin at all times. It's literally like a highlighter in a moisturizer. It's awesome. Some people might find the pearlescence to be too much. For me, I don't mind it. I think it looks great. But if you do, just kind of add it to the high points of your face, and that will be perfect. And then I'm also going to add some into my neck area, so we have like a nice little glow going on down here. And we're not just glowing on my head and not on my body. And then also adding it to the shoulders, which is also another important step. And then for my primer today, I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime Skin. We're going to be doing this mainly on my T-zone area, and I'm gonna really just kind of pat it in, especially into the areas where I have larger pores, which is right there. So moving into foundation, we're gonna be using today the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and I can't tell you guys how happy I am to be able to work with MAC on this, because I'm a MAC girl, guys. I came from MAC. This was my holy grail ride or die foundation. Like, insanely in love with this foundation that it was really hard for me to try anything else other than that when I worked there. Actually, even before that, and actually after that. It's just one of those foundations that never does me wrong, ever. The wear time on it is great. It literally lasts all day, and most importantly, it covers what I want it to. I have a lot of freckles. I have some old scarring that you guys probably can't see, but it's there, trust me. So I like a fuller coverage for that reason. This is why this is still one of my favorites, and I always wear it till this day. Another thing that's really important to mention is that this foundation has always had such a great color range, but now they have extended it to 60 shades, which is amazing, even better, because that just means everybody will have a color in their shade. At the time when I worked at MAC, they already had a pretty good range of shades, but now they extended it to 60 shades. That is incredible. That just means that they are honestly listening to what customers want, and they are making it happen, and that makes me very, very happy. MAC has always been a brand that has been all ages, all sexes, all races. They don't discriminate against anybody, and I love that about them. So it's really awesome to see them be able to do this to Studio Fix and make one of the most iconic foundations available for anybody of any shade. So I'm very proud to be able to share this with you guys today. So let's go ahead and start applying this on, and I could talk more about it as I apply it on as well, let you guys know more details. So I pretty much have two shades with MAC, NC30 being my year-round shade. It's a shade that I like to wear year-round. And then I have NC37, which is going to be more of my summer shade when I have more of like a tan. I've been in the sun, I have a spray tan. It's perfect. So I'm gonna use NC37 just because I got back from Cabo and I wanna believe I'm still there, have a nice tan even though I don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the back of a palette. And I'm gonna go first in with the foundation brush and then go over it with my beauty blender. Oh yes. See how even though it's a little darker than 30, it still looks pretty good. And you see how it just blends? It's honestly so perfect. That's why I love it. I don't know if you guys saw my favorite foundation video. I mentioned it in here, and I mentioned all my love with this foundation. I think I spoke so deeply about this one because I just love it so much. And that was just a little bit that I used on the brush on this side only. One thing too that I really love about this foundation, it's kind of weird. I love the smell. If you guys have ever smelled a MAC foundation, you will know it's like so divine, so, I don't know. It takes me back to a good time, but I love the way it smells. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep on dabbing this brush right over the freckles. Goodbye. Something also important to know about this foundation is that it does have SPF 15, it does control shine, and it does have that 24-hour wear, so it's truly going to last. And I can tell you guys right now, my party days back in the day was with this foundation, and it would last. I would literally wake up and I would still look the same. Sometimes I probably clocked in from the night before. I don't know. Did it happen? I don't know. Maybe it did. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender now and then pounce right over everything I applied just to really make sure it's blended in. All right, looks nice and flawless. I love the way it looks. So we're gonna go ahead and move on now to my favorite part and the star of the hour. We're gonna be going in with MAC's new Studio Fix 24-Hour Wear Concealer. This is their newest baby, and I'm so excited to introduce it to you guys. So this is a 24-hour medium to full coverage concealer, which is really awesome because for somebody who wants more of that lighter medium route, they can definitely wear it. And then somebody who wants more of a full coverage look like me, I can definitely wear it as well because I'm gonna get the coverage that I want. So I'm gonna be using the shade NC38, and I know you guys are probably thinking, wait, 38, you're NC37 in your foundation, why would you go darker? So one thing about these is that they do run pretty light. So I went ahead and tested out a few of the shades, and this is the one that worked perfectly for me. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep on blending it out. Like, it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna wanna go ahead and bring it down and add some contour. Go in next with the same concealer, but in the shade NW50. And I'm gonna use this to contour my face with. And because we are only showing a little bit of my forehead, I'm just going to contour that forehead area. And I'm just doing a little bit because this concealer has a really great color payoff. So a little goes a long way. So to blend out, I'm gonna go in with the same kabuki brush, and it's very important on this part that you use the right tools for this because we did just layer foundation, concealer, another concealer. We wanna make sure that we don't lift any of the products up. So to really achieve that perfect contour and flawless finish, it's very important that you have the right tool and you do the right movement. So I'm gonna show you guys how I like to do it, and I like to go really close to product and then buff in circular motion, but also buff up. And everything I do is gonna be in very light, upward flicking motion. Also, the way you hold your brush is very important, so I like to hold it towards the tip so that it has a more lighter touch. If you go in like this, it's very angry. You're gonna, you know what I mean? Same with this, we're gonna go ahead and work our way down. By the way, this is the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Flawless Complexion Brush, number 132. Now with the smaller brush, I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose area. This is the Dose of Color shader brush. I feel like I use this in almost every single video of mine. I feel like I probably already said that, but this is the brush I love to use for nose contour. Then I get the back of the beauty blender that already has foundation and just kind of roll over the area. And it will kind of lightly diminish away any of the harsh lines. In the forehead area, I just feel like I just kind of blend it out. Like, I don't really care if it looks too perfect on there. It's more so like jawline and everything else. All right, so now I'm gonna set the foundation. I'm gonna throw it in with another MAC product, and this is a MAC Studio Fix powder. This one and me go way, way back. I've been using this powder for so many years. And again, it's one of those that I use it, something else comes out, I play with it. But I always go back to it because I know it's a really great powder. It gives you like the most flawless airbrush, softest finish. And I just love setting my makeup with this. It's one product that I feel like I use quite often, even though I don't talk about it. It is used in my makeup routine, not every day, but weekly and monthly it is. So this is in the shade, I really don't know the shade it peeled off. I want to say this is like, I think it's a C3 or C4, but I'm just going to use this with a small tapered brush. This is pretty much going to seal everything in, really give you a nice flawless finish. So next I'm gonna go in with the Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. If you guys have been OG MAC lovers, some of these names right here might sound familiar, and that is because this is their old Sculpt and Shape now brought into a palette. So I'm gonna insert a photo right here in case you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Years ago, MAC came out with this product right here, and they were these awesome like duos that were sold to sculpt and shape your face. It was before the whole highlight and contour was big, so this is the product that you could use to really emphasize cheekbones to contour with. It was something that I loved, and then it got discontinued and I never saw it again. And when I had a chance to film with Mac and Shayla a few weeks ago, I was like, wait a minute, I know these products. And they're like, yeah, how did you know? It's because I have really good memory and I'm a Virgo and I'm crazy. But it's now out in 2 palettes. They have their light medium and then their medium dark. So I'm gonna be using the light medium for my skin, and we're gonna be using Bone Beige to emphasize my cheekbones and bring it all out. I'm gonna grab Sculpt now with a smaller brush and just contour. I'm gonna take as close as I can to the front of my brow so that everything just kind of blends in perfectly. I always want to look like I can't breathe when I do my contour. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Crema right there. I'm gonna use that to do a little baking with. I'm gonna use my beauty blender for this. Wow. It's been a while, because why not? So while we are lightly baking, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my under eyes, do my lips, and then come back and finish my face. I'm gonna go in next with the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in the shade Perversion. Last time I got schooled on saying that wrong, so I could be wrong. It's just the really intense black eyeliner that does not budge. So I'm gonna be using this to line my waterline with. So I'm going to go now back in with the eyeshadow and do a little bit of lining underneath. This is something that you don't have to do, but for me, because I don't want to have any kind of eyeliner bleeding throughout the day, this kind of creates like a little barrier and stops it for me. So I'm just going to do a tad bit just in case it does bleed. It'll bleed onto the shadow versus onto my under eyes. And then I'm going to go back in with that Dagger eyeliner and just kind of connect it right here. I kind of want like a little bit of a cat eye on the inner part of the eye going on. And then for cheeks, we're going to be going in with the Jouer. This is their Rose Gold Blush Duo. And I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. This is the Rose Petal. I'm just going to be going over this on my apples. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with the MAC Hyper Real Glow Highlight. This is their Rose Gold one, I believe, because I know they have a gold one, but this one is more on the rosy side. I'm going to mix these 2 shades right here. This is like a light rose gold, and this is like a champagne gold. We haven't even got the lips on and I'm already like, wow, I love this look. For lips today, we're gonna go in for a more like berry kind of rose lip. So I'm gonna go in first with the Makeup Forever. This is their Universal Earth eyeliner. And then for my lips, we're gonna be using an oldie but a goodie. This is my iluvsarahii X Colourpop lipstick in the shade Softii. So this is gonna be like a mauve rose kind of shade. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and set my skin one more time using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Just a little bit goes a long way, but that's not the case here. We're just going to ignore. Alright guys, so here's the finished look. I'm obsessed. Absolutely love the way this whole makeup look came out. I love the eye makeup. I love the lip color. I love the way my skin looks. Everything just looks on point and I'm here for it. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and hope you guys learned about these new products. And if you guys did, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys are MAC girls, if you guys love your Studio Fix, if you guys are going to be also trying out the new concealers and what you think about it. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.